If you say that this man is insecure or controlling for establishing rules on these very important topics or areas in a relationship, then this what I have to ask you. If these important, would you rather a man allow you to do detrimental stuff in important areas, or would you want a man that cares about the foundation and strength of the relationship so much that he will address the negative things that might turn the relationship down? If you care about the relationship and you want to prolong the relationship, you should want a man who is able to identify things that might come between the relationship and make the relationship fall apart. All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Don't Be a Viking Podcast. Now, in this clip right here, bam. Most of the time when I hear a female call a dude controlling or insecure, it's likely because he trying to establish rules that won't allow her to do actions that'll be detrimental to the relationship. Since she don't like the rules that he's trying to add on and change is uncomfortable, she'll call him negative names to try to villainize the rules so she don't gotta do it. You can't say you want a masculine man but don't like rules and orders when the man try to insert his masculinity to protect the relationship. I was saying unaccountable women call men insecure. This video got a lot of engagement. Majority of it, 99% of it, like all the other videos I got that got a lot of engagement. Majority of people rock with them. You get the 1% of people that's like, man, let's go into it. Most of the time this is being said is because he trying to put restrictions on what she wear, where she go, what she do in her free time, or what she post. I just made a video about what she post, so I ain't even gonna talk about that in this video. These are all three super important categories. So if you say a man is being insecure by trying to establish rules in a relationship over these three categories, or four categories if we include what the post, but we'll talk about that this video. So the other three categories, if you say that this man is insecure or controlling for establishing rules on these very important topics or areas in a relationship, then this what I have to ask you. If these important, would you rather a man allow you to do detrimental stuff in important areas, or would you want a man that cares about the foundation and strength of the relationship so much that he will address the negative things that might turn the relationship down? If you care about the relationship and you want to prolong the relationship, you should want a man who is able to identify things that might come between the relationship and make the relationship fall apart. If you're doing something incorrect in these areas, you should want somebody to give you guidance if you want the relationship to be prolonged. But my argument is, I don't think a lot of people really want the relationship to prolong. I think people want to be comfortable doing whatever they currently doing, and however the relationships they get into last with them being in their current state, they fine with it. Like, folks would rather keep getting 6 months, 1 year relationships over and over again because they a bad partner. They just don't want to admit it or don't want to change. They'd rather keep getting these short relationships than get in a real long-lasting forever relationship, but they require to change and not be the person they been all this time. They don't want to go through that change, so they'll say, if you would accept me how I am, then oh well, and just keep hopping from person to person. That type of person ignorance me. If you not already operate on the highest level possible and your partner give you some advice or a suggestion and you don't take it, now I'm looking at you a little funny. Look, last video I was talking about being married at 22. I was saying the reason I'm not tripping off, oh, you got to move in with your partner first before you get married to see how y'all like it. The reason I'm not tripping off that because I'm willing to change and adapt. My fiance willing to change and adapt. Cool. Since that's the case, I'm not worried about, we got to move in first to avoid any other friction. If we got some friction after we move in and it's some stuff she do that I don't like or I do that she don't like, we go adjust it. We go change. We go fix the problem because both of us willing to grow and change. That's the key to a long-lasting relationship, because both of y'all gonna keep growing and changing individually. So if I grow and change to like something else or want to do something else, and I expressed it to my fiance or to my wife, she'll be willing to, all right, bam, let's do that. But if I'm changing and she refused to change, that's when a gap starts to form. So let's go over these different things on how women call men insecure. This is what I say. If he telling you to change your wardrobe, I already used this example before. At Princeton University, they did the example showing men women in like bikini clothing, and they showed them being in, or they showed them women in fully dressed clothing. When they showed them the women in the bikini clothing, the part of their brain associated with tools, like a screwdriver and wrench and all that part of their brain lit up. So the part of your brain lit up where you only use something for a specific purpose, then throw it out, set it to the side, that part of that brain went up. The more empathetic, compassionate part of that brain lit up when they showed them the women fully clothed. What does this mean? An author named Jenna McCarthy did an experiment called Becoming a Slut for a Day. She wore like an off-the-shoulder t-shirt, short leather skirt. Cool. This the type of wardrobe a lot of young sisters wear. She did this experiment. She documented how she was the victim of multiple sexual slurs throughout the day, being even going as far as like blatantly staring at her breasts, catcalling her, dropping stuff on the floor next to her to try to look up her skirt. This the stuff she experienced by just wearing this one outfit for one day. Now, taking the Princeton University study and Jenna McCarthy study and placing them together, what does this show us? Based off what a woman wears, the society treats her different. She gets a different level of disrespect, I should say, than another woman dressed more modestly. So if a brother who is with a sister tells her, look, I want you to dress more modestly, you would say he being controlling or insecure. No, this brother is being wise, because this brother know that if a woman dressed in a more seductive and promiscuous manner, then other men and even other women with a good head on their shoulder, I'm not talking about the other promiscuous woman that's gonna say, oh girl, you look amazing. Nah, the woman who really think righteously, her and all the other men will treat you different, will judge you different. Since this man loves you and want to put you on the highest pedestal he can, he wants you to be honored and you to be respected. And a part of that is you got to respect yourself. So this man is not being insecure by telling you to dress modestly. This is an intelligent brother that cares about the respect his woman get, the honor his woman get, and he try to protect the image of himself, his household, and his family. So is this brother being insecure? No. Is the woman being unaccountable and just trying to villainize anybody that's telling her to change just so she'll be comfortable still doing what she doing? Yes. So him being insecure? No. The woman being immature and unaccountable? Yes. The other thing, the people she hang with, the friends, if he tell you, hey, your friends a little too on the wild side with me, you try to build something strong, I don't want you hanging around them, and you try to say he insecure, that's another flaw on your part. If you try to call him a negative name just by him telling you you need to better associate yourself with better friends. We can all say, if I hang with 5 crackheads and broke people, we can say, looking at his friend group, it's a good chance he probably do crack. He wouldn't just hang around crackheads all day if he had no interest in crack. Either he the crack supplier or he do crack. If I had 5 friends that was broke all day, everybody around me broke, nobody get no motion, you would say, he share the same similarities, the same interests, the same hobbies as these people. 9 times out of 10, he's broke. So if my fiance, if my wife has a friend group of promiscuous women, of women that talk badly about men all day, none of these women are married, or if they married, none of these women in happy marriages, then it would be intelligent for the brother to say, baby, you need some better friends. Because you are a product of your environment. Malcolm X said, if you put one coal around some burning coals, that coal will catch fire. Cool. If you put a couple rotten apples around a good apple, that good apple will start to rot at a more rapid rate than it would have rotted if it just had all good apples around it. Cool. We know this basic science. So since that's the case, that also applies to us. You don't want rotten apples around you. You don't want people that will influence you to do things that will be detrimental to your relationship. If I'm a husband and I got a wife and I want to have the strongest marriage possible, you know what I need to do? Hang around other husbands. Hang around good husbands. Hang around good influences, good men. Vice versa with my woman. So why would you again say a man is insecure? No, I'm just driving a point home. This is not the man being insecure. This is a man being logical, wise. Women say they want a man that's a leader. A part of being a leader is having a vision, then having the knowledge that gives you the ability to carry out that vision. So if he got the vision, I want a happy marriage. I want us to be straight. I don't want no infidelity, nothing. I want us to get this paid, be happy. Cool, that's the vision. Now, the knowledge got to come behind the vision to be able to manifest the vision, bring the vision into reality. Okay, part of the knowledge is we got to have some good wisdom in our head. We got to study, whether they come from read, whether they come from mentor. We got to get the knowledge. Cool, we got to be in environments that's conducive for the knowledge to grow. We can't get knowledge about how healthy food is and what foods we need to eat, and then our pantry full of honey buns and Twinkies. Nah, you got to get the knowledge, then create an environment that's conducive to the knowledge. Cool. Okay, I don't want infidelity. I hang around brothers that cheat all day. My fiance and my wife hang around sisters that cheat all day. That environment not conducive. Any woman who would fight the brother on making these wise decisions is a woman that needs to look at herself and ask, am I fighting him because he really insecure? Or because it's really some flawed in what he's saying? Or am I fighting him because change is so uncomfortable and I'm so unwilling to change that I would rather put my relationship in a detrimental position than change and grow as a person? This is similar, so we ain't gonna go into it deep. This is similar to who she hang with. Your environment is more powerful than your nature. For example, the nature of a lion is to be a beast, is to hunt, is to be a predator. But we see lions and tigers and all that in circus shows. So their nature is to be a predator. Their nature is to be a carnivore. Their nature is to have their ferocious hunt about them. This would make them beasts. This would make them survive. Cool. God made them in that way. Now, you could take a baby, a cub. Is a baby lion called a cub? Yeah. It is? Yeah. Cool. You'll take a baby and you can take it out of its natural environment where its nature is brought out of it, put it in a circus environment and raise it up since then. And now you have this same animal, this same lion. Now you got it trying to walk a thin wood slab and balance stuff, and the circus folks will put their head in a lion mouth. Bro, a natural lion will bite your damn head off. But since it's been in a different environment, it's been shaped differently. So now its nature is overruled by environment. The black man and woman of America, our nature is to do good, do right by God, submit to God. But we've been put in a process that turns us other than ourselves. We've been put in an environment that make me look at another brother like, right, I'll rob him, I'll do da. That's not our nature, that's environment. So likewise, if you a woman I'm not gonna say if you a woman, we are naturally made to be loyal. We are naturally made to be in a state where we'll submit to God. Part of this submit to God is doing right by our wife, doing right by our husband. So naturally, have a wife, control your urges, stick to that wife, not cheat with. But we've been made to be in a type of environment to where we like, nah, I see all the other women with their cheeks out. You see what I'm saying? So your environment is important. You don't want to be in an environment that'll make you do other than righteous. You want to be in an environment that help you act on your righteous self and go against your lower self. If the environment brings out your lower self and suppresses your righteous self, you will do unrighteous actions. It's as simple as that. You got a regular lion that's a real predator. He in his natural environment, know what he's supposed to do. You got another lion that's in a circus. Both of these lions, but they different environment cause them to do different actions. You want to be in an environment that's conducive to whatever actions you try to produce. With that being said, I appreciate y'all tapping into this episode of Don't Be a Viking Podcast. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. You want to see it? Why you standing right there?
Yes, that's kid.
Back can't see you. You want to get a camera?
Yes, that's kid.
You got to say it to the mic.
Just yes, that's
Come on, say it to the mic.
Just say yes, that's kid.
Come on.
Baby, just say it.
Come on.
Just say it.
Your big hands already in the camera now. All you got to do is get it to the mic.
Just say yes, that's kid.
I don't got to see it.
Yes, that's kid.
Look at the mic and see it. Look at the mic and see it.
Yes, that's kid.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.